Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best cameras.
Starting at number 5.
Nikon ZF. We absolutely love the Nikon ZF, and think it's one of the best intermediate and enthusiast cameras, especially if you'd rather have a full-frame camera over the Fujifilm X-T5's APS-C sensor. The ZF has a huge amount going for it. It uses a handsome retro design, similar to the X-T5, and comes with brilliant build quality. Its full-frame sensor produces lovely images and video, and it has dual card slots for peace of mind when shooting, especially on paid jobs. Unfortunately, one of those SD slots is a micro SD slot, which will hamper write speeds. It also presented some frustrating handling and control issues during our testing. Its grip is very small, while the ISO dial does not feature an auto ISO setting. It's also very expensive. Given all the above, and that the Fuji X-T5 is both cheaper and features a higher resolution sensor, we still think that's the enthusiast camera to go for unless you really must have full frame.
Coming at number 4.
Fujifilm X-T5. The Fujifilm X-T5 is the best mirrorless camera for enthusiast photographers. It may look and feel retro, but under the hood it boasts Fujifilm's latest 40.2 MP X-Trans CMOS 5 image sensor and X-Processor 5 pairing. The high-resolution sensor delivers outstanding image quality and leaves plenty of flexibility for cropping or large-format printing. With so many megapixels to play with, a manual shutter speed of 15 frames per second and electric shutter speed of 20 frames per second is impressive. However, in testing, the X-T5's buffers filled very quickly due to the lack of CF Express ports, so you won't be able to utilize those faster shooting rates for long. Nevertheless, with a deep-learned AI autofocus system, the X-T5 will be able to keep up with even fast-moving subjects. The ISO range is expandable to 51,200, and while its noise suppression is effective, it has to be when packing this many pixels onto an APS-C sensor. It does lead to an artificial smoothing effect and a loss of detail in images shot at higher sensitivity. Still, we came away with usable images even at ISO 12,800. Strong light metering and a range of Fujifilm's beautiful color simulation profiles helps the X-T5 offer users a quality result without the need to be a post-production master, while its compact and lightweight design and 5-axis IBIS make it an excellent option for on-the-move shooting. Video performance is decent, offering up to 6K at 30p and 4K at 60p, but this camera is primarily designed for demanding enthusiasts and professional photographers, and there it excels.
At number 3.
Nikon Z50. The Nikon Z50 isn't a full-frame mirrorless camera like the Z6 and Z7 models, but it's available at a much cheaper price of around $850, body only, and comes in a much smaller package, making it a great choice for Nikon fans who don't want to spend upwards of $1,000. It offers a solid feature set including a 3.2-inch touchscreen that flips down by 180 degrees and a sharp 3-inch electronic viewfinder, and its 20.9 MP stills are detailed and colorful. It's a fine performer in low light, too, handling noise well up to ISO 6400. The lack of in-body image stabilization counts against it, as does a low SEPA battery rating of only 300 shots. But otherwise it's an impressive option that'll give you space to grow as a photographer.
Number 2 of my list.
Fujifilm X-E4. Fujifilm makes a range of cheaper cameras, but we'd recommend the X-E4 as the best camera for beginners wanting to enter the Fuji lineup. The X-E4 is a beautiful camera to look at, with its retro aesthetic and trademark Fuji dials. Its compact design and rangefinder layout make the X-E4 a great camera for street photography. Even if you're more experienced, it's still a fantastic street camera, especially when you bear in mind Fuji's lineup of compact APS-C lenses. There are also Fuji's legendary film simulation color profiles, many of which lend themselves to street photography. Images produced by the 26 MP sensor are beautiful, and the classic dials result in a more traditional experience when shooting. There are very few controls on the body of the X-E4, which can make for a challenging experience, but this all adds to the fun. There's no IBIS, although that is expected in this price range, and the battery life isn't great, as the XE4 still uses Fuji's older NBW126S battery, so you'll want to buy a spare battery. Thankfully third-party ones are cheap.
And number 1.
Canon EOS R50. The Canon EOS R50 is our pick for the best camera for beginners. It's small and lightweight to come with you wherever your new photography or vlogging passion takes you. Meanwhile, it's well built, so it should last until you're ready to upgrade in the future. It delivers beautiful stills, 4K video in 30p, natural colors straight out of camera, and Canon's ferocious autofocusing system. Indeed, it's the AF which really seals this camera as the best for beginners, as Canon has essentially packed into the R50 an only slightly slimmed down version of the AF found in its high-end professional bodies, which is epic. There's also a flip-out screen for vlogging, a dedicated product mode for demos, and great vlogging and beginner kit options. As with any beginner camera, there are a few compromises. It's a little pricey for a beginner body, and this is because realistically it isn't aimed at total newcomers. However, we think the features the R50 packs warrant the extra spend over the actual Canon entry-level body, the EOS R100, which is very basic. It could do with a few more direct controls on the body, and when shooting at maximum resolution, the camera did start to overheat. None of these things change the fact that this is still a really great starter camera that will last you a while.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.